Hello and welcome back to the channel, and today we are looking at an early access title called Kristala. The quick lowdown is it's a cat, you play as a cat, and it's a Souls-like. Now, and it's in very early access. I want to point that out, so if this looks interesting to you, just be aware there. This game has a long way to go, and they're releasing it in episodes. So I've completed the first episode, which took me around about 5 hours, and they're expecting each episode to be around 5 to 12 hours, depending on what episode they're up to. So just keep that in mind when you watch this video. It's looking a little bit rough, specifically on Steam Deck, which we're going to go over because that's where I wanted to try it out, because this is what this channel is about, is playing things on Steam Deck. So we are playing on an OLED Steam Deck, and we have got Cryo utilities installed and operating. So those two things to keep in mind. And so let's jump into it. We'll go through the menu, and then we'll jump into some low-level gameplay with a brand new character, and then I will jump onto my high-level character and show a little bit of higher. Of course, this is the opening 5 hours of the game, and it's early access, so not all the content is there, but let's jump in and have a look at this game running on the Steam Deck. Alright, here we are at the main menu, and we'll go down to settings here, and we'll have a look at my video settings. This is my minimum recommendation because the frame rate is pretty below average. You're going to have a lot of drops playing this game. It is definitely playable on Steam Deck though. You've just got to be realistic with performance at the moment. As you can see here, I've dropped down the resolution to 720, but unfortunately FSR doesn't engage. So I'm not sure why FSR is not engaging at full screen but at 720. Usually it should. But as you can see here, I've got view distance and shadows at low, everything else at medium, and that the shadows is the big one in terms of getting a little bit more performance. But you're going to have massive drops and freezes. That's just nature of early access, but the game itself does run okay. We're going to make a new character here, and I'm going to show you the character customizer. Of course, you can make a name for your character, and then you get into making your cat as perfect as you want. I won't do that again, I promise. As you can see here, you've got body type. You can go for a female or a male cat, and you can pick if they've got long or short hair. And then I've got voice options as well for male or female. Meow. No, don't do that either. And then we've got lots of fur color choices here, like a ton, way more than I was expecting for early access. As you can see, there is a whole lot that you can pick from, which is really cool. And I can basically make my Remy, which I did with my first character, which is really cool. So you can, get pretty close to having you running around as your cat that you've got on your lap right now. And then after we get through this, we can jump into some gameplay, which I will show you momentarily.
Why, hello there. Yeah, I am a Trainster, leader of the Ruxaka. Ah, yes, the new initiate. It's a pleasure meeting you. Ha! You must be from somewhere, elsewhere, I'm sure. Welcome.
Honestly, the voiceover in this game is not good. And it doesn't get any better. Later on, you meet a single NPC, and she is awful. The dialogue's awful. The actual VO is awful. The whole lot is just not good. It's really boring. and they talk in really weird rhyme. I'm guessing because they're cats, but 100% not feeling the VO in this game. I realize it's early access. They may change it, but I just ignore the entire lore / audio stuff. It just, the story is dumb. I don't understand it. It doesn't seem interesting. Maybe it's me. I love story-bound games, but my goodness, this is not great.
To accompany you in your travels through Dalamaze. It seems he has not yet arrived. You might seek him out west at his Jackanda lookout. He goes by the name Divan. Return you then to these gates and find me in this hour when you are ready for your first judgment.
He's still going. Blah, 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 blah. My gosh, if you could make it any more boring, please don't. It's awful. Anyway, let's talk about the game itself. Like, the actual game itself has some really great premises to it. One, you're a cat. Cool. Two, they give you a ton, like, there's no full damage, which is, I think, awesome. Not having full damage just means you can be a little bit more exciting. They make jumping around and moving around pretty straightforward. As you can see, you auto latch to things. You just jump in the general direction and you'll connect to it, and you can move over obstacles that way. Big part of the game is how they block off things, is using these not chaosy, but like these evil vine things, and if you stand them for too long, you'll just instantly die. So you have to find the head of it to kill it, and then that'll normally let you progress through the level. So it's kind of like a progression blocker, or you have to find a different way over. Like here, you jump over, which is pretty cool. You find items, and you have two sets. So you have up, down, left, right on the D-pad, and then if you push X, you go to a second set, and that also goes for your abilities. So you pull the left trigger, and then that lets you use your weapons abilities and your spells that you have equipped. As you can see here, the spell's glitched out on my hand, and it doesn't seem to go away. We go get this item eventually, and as you can see here, you've got armor, but it doesn't seem to have any stats, and you can have two weapon sets at any time, which is pretty cool. So you hold Y and that lets you switch between weapon sets, which is quite neat. You can have like claws or a sword and shield. On this build here, on my second character, I was trying out magic because I didn't try any magic per se on my first character. It was like using a sword and board with like a shield magic and like bleeding on my weapon. So I was like, I'll try something a bit different and like try the claws out, because I hadn't actually tried the claws. So one cool thing that they do with this game is, like, as you can see here, I'm using my magic spells and that, which uses my stamina in the bottom right hand corner, and to recover it you attack. So instead of having mana flasks, you have mana items you can use to recharge instantly, but to actually recharge you use you attack, and that recharges it, which I think is quite a neat way of going about it. And the game has a bit of verticality going on, which you'll see soon. Like you'll jump on top of buildings and get in through the roof, and then unlock the door from in there, and do that kind of thing. As you can see there, I just used the special ability on the claws, which is a knock, and then that let you do that. You can crawl, you can do sneak attacks. I missed that, I failed that one. You also have, as you can see, they've got a stamina bar / poise bar, basically. You can see here, you can jump on the roof and get in here, and then you can open the door from the inside and unlock it. So there's tons of this going on in the game. There's a bog area where you have to jump through roofs to get to another area, then lets you unlock the clear the swamp, basically, and there's a ton of that going on in this game. We'll kill these enemies here, and then we'll jump onto my higher level character, and then I'll show off the boss, and then we'll leave it there for this video. And let me go, you guys know what you think of this game, and if you're tempted to pick it up and play it on your Steam Deck, or if this does not do you anything, or if you want me to give you a review of part 1 or a full playthrough video, I could do that. But yeah, if you're liking this content, please give me a like, sub, and if you're thinking it's poor, in the comments below, let me know what you think I should do better, and I will try and integrate better, whatever it could be, to make this video better, or my following upcoming videos better. So without further ado, let's jump into some high level gameplay, well, my other characters gameplay, and have a look around. As you can see, the frame rate can get quite unsteady when you start running around areas at high speed, and you end up having quite a lot of lag, hiccups. But like I say, it is early access here, and I would say a year and a half time, which is whenever that could be. Hopefully all that's ironed out, so you could play the waiting game here and wait for the full release, or jump in and play each chapter as it comes. I kind of like the idea of playing like one chapter every 4 to 5 months. I think that's a really cool way of making sure I complete the content without feeling like I have to play the whole game in a single go. If I have only a 12-hour section or a 6-hour section, it's like, well, I can do that in a couple of days, and then I can put it back down and not touch it again. I actually kind of like doing it episodically. It's kind of nice. So this is a little bit of me like just mulching through these low level enemies here with my higher level character, and then after this fight here, we're gonna jump into the final boss fight of the first chapter. So if you don't want any spoilers, click away now. But if you want to see what a boss fight looks like in this game, stick around. This boss took me quite a few goes, actually, 3 to 4 goes. Blood loss, as you can see, is doing massive work. So if you do pick this game up, my recommendation is, if you're doing melee, is your first spell is the blood on your weapon, because it just ticks the damage. Look, it's just ticking away on him, right? Like, if you, it's not free damage because you've got to hit him, right? But the fact that it's just ticking away. It's stopped now because it's run out. But you know what I mean? Like, it's such a great little way just to do that little bit more damage that you wouldn't be doing otherwise. There's a lot of rolling. I wouldn't say I cheesed this fight, but my strategy for this fight was just to do ranged, like, heavy attacks, because he would do his swings in that, but I would be out of range, and then by the time I'd finished charging up my my heavy, he would be in range to be hit by it. But I could have killed he spawned some NPCs here or some ads, but I didn't bother with them. I probably should have. But I had to deal with them after. You'll see, I have to deal with them after the fight anyway. But yeah, so I actually take quite a lot of hits here. But it is a long fight, and I end up using a lot of the one-time consumable heals as well that you can get. So you have your flask, but you also have like single-use heal items as well, which is quite helpful. This game isn't as hard as some Souls games, which is good. I actually, I was thinking as I was playing this, I wish this was just a straight-up action game and not even a Souls game in any shape, way, or form. I know that sounds weird, but if this was just a straight-up action game and a slightly easier, it'd be way more fun. Or even if they give that as an option, where you don't have to worry about playing it as a Souls game. I don't know why, but I reckon this game would do not better, but I think it'd be a lot of fun just to be able to just play it as a third-person action game and not worry about the Souls stuff and moving up. And I don't know. Maybe because I've been playing Elden Ring, I'm like, I don't need another Souls game. But without further ado, I'll leave you with this boss fight, and please let me know in the comments below if this looks interesting to you or if it's not for you. And my last tip is probably lock the frame rate at 30. Don't leave it unlocked like I did. I'm just doing it to show you guys performance. Alright, without further ado, enjoy the boss fight, and I will see you in the next video. Catch you later.
That's it.